I'm Mara Squicciarini, and I'm an associate professor at the Department of Economics at Bocconi University.
What is your current research about?
I studied the role of culture, and more specifically the role of religion, for long-term economic growth and scientific and economic progress. And here you may have three main questions. First, why do economists care about religion? This is simple. Still today, 86% of the world population believes in God. And throughout history, religion has played a very important role both in the private and in the public spheres, affecting not only beliefs and preferences, but also the organization of societies, as well as interacting with military and political powers. So basically, given the enormous importance that religion has had and still has in the life of individuals, a large literature in economics, including my works, is studying how religion may affect economic development. The second question you may have is, how do I do this? And here I study this topic through the lenses of quantitative economic history. So basically, I look at history and I identify some historical episodes that help me to assess a causal link between religion and economic progress. And at the same time, I look for historical data. These are very often groundbreaking micro-level data of similar quality and details of modern data, but for a longer time horizon. And very often these are also archival data. So I end up going to the archives in France, mostly in Paris, and feeling like a detective that is looking for these 19th century documents in the French National Archives. And then once I find the document, of course I feel super happy. But then a few minutes later, I feel like a bit worried on how to digitize all this data. And once the data are collected and digitized, and I'm analyzing them with the modern econometrics techniques. And then finally, you may ask, what did I study exactly? And let me mention just a couple of examples. So in one project, focusing on France during the period of the Second Industrial Revolution, so the end of the 19th century, I study how religiosity, that is the intensity of religious beliefs, may have affected scientific and economic progress and through which mechanisms this happened. And in another project, I study in the context of the United States at the beginning of the 20th century, the role of the great influenza pandemic for religion, science, and for their mutual interaction. If you want to know more, I can tell you more about this project. And among other things, I also edited a book on the economics of chocolate.
I love that. But I suppose that when you were a child, you didn't think of yourself as a future economic historian, did you?
No, not really. Actually, for my high school, I studied in a liceo classico, which is pretty much focused on humanistic studies. I love those subjects, and I could see myself as a high school teacher in Latin or Greek or ancient Greek or like history or philosophy.
But I think that this particular aspect, being a teacher, is most often associated with being a woman. Do you think there was any cultural conditioning on this subject?
No, absolutely not. I was very passionate about those topics. I had great mentors, and that was it.
So at what age did you exactly decide, oh, that will be my job?
So I chose economics because I wanted to work for international organizations such as the World Bank or the FAO in developing countries, so right after high school. And then even during my undergraduate studying and during my master, I also went to India and South Sudan as a volunteer. After that, I still really liked studying, and so I decided to pursue a PhD in the field of development economics, and I even spent 1 year in India collecting data. And then, after 2 years of the PhD, for many different reasons, I decided to change topic and switch to quantitative economic history, so putting together my passion for economics and my passion for humanistic studies, in particular for history. And that's what I'm doing now. And in the meantime, I also did a master in philosophy.
It's fascinating how people, and you in particular, can blend different disciplines and make a job of it. And I've seen that your career has had many different steps. And during this time, have you met any particular role model, any particularly inspiring person?
I met few role models, including my senior colleagues here at Bocconi University, but let me just mention one person, and that's Eliana La Ferrara. She used to be here at Bocconi, she's now at Harvard, and Eliana is an amazing researcher, a fantastic mentor, and she has many special things. For instance, she manages to do so many things at the same time, all of them perfectly. She always finds the time to give good advices to her students and to her junior colleagues. And what is super special about her is that she does all this always with a smile on her face, giving positive energy and encouragement.
So, in a nutshell, being positive and having a smile on your face is the key to being a good researcher?
Not only, but it's definitely very important.
Thank you, Mara. It's been a pleasure talking to you.